What does God think about child support? Today we're diving deep into a crucial question. You might be surprised to find that the scriptures provide profound insights into justice, fairness, and the exploitation of the vulnerable, which we can directly relate to our modern child support system. Let's start with Proverbs 21:15. When justice is done, it brings joy to the righteous, but terror to evildoers. The concept of justice is central to God's teachings. Yet what we see today is a system where justice is often perverted and fairness is a rare commodity. Our courts have turned child support into a weapon, a tool to collateralize men, trapping them in a cycle of debt and despair. This isn't about supporting children. It's about greed and exploitation. Isaiah 10 condemns those who make unjust laws to deprive the poor of their rights and withhold justice from the oppressed. The child support system, as it stands, is a glaring example of this injustice. Men are often forced into impossible financial situations, their rights stripped away without due process. Deuteronomy 16:19-20 warns, "Do not pervert justice or show partiality. Do not accept a bribe, for a bribe blinds the eyes of the wise and twists the words of the innocent." Yet our system seems to thrive on partiality, with courts often favoring one side and turning a blind eye to the plight of the other. It's a system that has become predatory, especially towards those who have worked hard for their success. In Malachi 3, God says, "I will be quick to testify against those who defraud laborers of their wages, who oppress the widows and the fatherless, and deprive the foreigners among you of justice." The modern child support system defrauds men of their wages, oppresses the innocent, and deprives families of justice. It divides family, fosters resentment, and undermines the very fabric of our society. Jeremiah 5:28 states, "Their evil deeds have no limit. They do not seek justice. They do not promote the case of the fatherless. They do not defend the just cause of the poor." The government and courts have used the child support system to collateralize men, stripping them of their dignity and rights. This system isn't about the welfare of children. It's about power and control. It's about dividing families for financial gain, a threat to our national security. Zechariah 7:9-10 tells us, "Administer true justice, show mercy and compassion to one another. Do not oppress the widow or the fatherless, the foreigner or the poor." The current system lacks compassion and mercy. It's a cold, calculating mechanism designed to extract as much as possible from those who can least afford it, leaving them with nothing but despair. Proverbs 31:8-9 commands us, "Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy." This is our mission at Child Support Discharge. We are here to speak up, to fight for justice, and to defend those who are being unfairly crushed by the system. As we close, let's reflect on Galatians 5:1. "It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery." As men, we are called to live in the freedom that Christ has given us. We are not to be enslaved by the burdens imposed by unjust systems, for we have been redeemed and set free by the grace of God. This freedom is not just spiritual, but extends to every aspect of our lives, including our roles as fathers and providers. We must stand firm against any system that seeks to exploit and enslave us, remembering that our true worth and dignity come from our Creator. As believers, we are called to challenge injustice, protect our families, and ensure that our actions reflect the love and justice of God. Let us embrace our freedom, stand strong in our faith, and work towards a world where every man can live without the yoke of unnecessary and oppressive burdens. We believe it's time to break the yoke of injustice that the child support system has placed on so many. It's time to set the oppressed free. Join us in this fight. Let's stand together, guided by the principles of justice, fairness, and compassion that God has laid out for us. Together we can conquer this battle because with God on our side, justice will prevail.